From the twisted realm of science and the darkest pits of reason comes chilling tales of godlessness. Bear witness to the unfathomable terror that is the Good Atheist.
Okay, and we are recording.
Welcome to the show. I hope you guys like the new intro because we're going to stick with it. Sick and tired of doing the little intro parts. You know what my name is, and if you don't know, figure it out.
Listen to one of the other ones.
First name is Jake. Today we have a special guest. He was more special before when he didn't forget to press the record button.
This is true. This is true. I now feel Ryan's pain.
We were 20 minutes into
a podcast, and I'm like, hey, it's not recording.
We were having a really good show.
Yeah,
it was a really good show. I hope we can duplicate that really good show.
Well, in between the recording of the old show and this one, we came up with that.
We came up with the intro.
So I think that gives us our head of steam.
That's the runoff. That's the runoff goo when we take the 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Literally, that's how long that took.
Yeah. You open Notepad.
I'm like, why am I not doing more of this kind of stuff? And the answer is I think I'm wasting too much time on the wrong things. You know what I mean? Wasting too much time fucking worrying about what we're going to talk about during the show when most of the stuff comes naturally anyways.
Yeah, it's most of us just talking with mics.
I think I'm just fucking paranoid these days that I can't have a good show anymore. I am out of ideas. You know, you reach show number
jumped
fucking...
the shark!
What are we at, 69 or something like that?
I have no idea. It's around... No, I think... Well, are you counting both of them?
No, I think... in total, we're getting pretty close to 100
So we'll have to do a fake centennial.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We were discussing this before. We could have 3 different 100 shows. We can have 100 total shows, 100 shows for the regular podcast, and 100 bonus shows when we get there. Yay!
And we're going to word it as 3 100-show anniversaries. But in reality, there'll only be a maximum of 200 shows, right?
I don't know if
that.
It'll be 200, but...
Well, if you got to have at least 100.
Yeah, that's
so
right,
it would be at least
It'll be
200.
at 200, we can have a 300.
We can have a 300th episode.
Exactly, extravaganza. So I love our creative counting.
Yeah, I like it.
Keep that up.
We're good with numbers. Yeah.
Today on the show, we're going to be talking about ghosts.
Ghost
attacks.
Ghost attacks.
Oh my god, I was attacked by a ghost.
I was molested by a ghost.
We're going to talk about different shows on ghosts and what we like about them.
What we love about them.
Love about them. We'll also be talking about Ted Haggard.
Ted Haggard.
If you don't know who Ted Haggard is, we'll be explaining that later. But first... let's talk about a show. Its show is called Paranormal State, and we've talked about the show before, haven't we?
Probably last year, I think.
Man, it was a while ago. I used to have a job.
Back when we had YouTube at work.
Back when I had a job, man. A 9-to-5 job. You remember that?
Back when I was making money. I lived that dream.
back when you were living my dream. Being a warehouse manager.
Yeah.
You know what? I think almost every fan can be happy that that's not what I'm doing anymore, because how often was I doing podcasts when I was a warehouse manager?
Well, you can probably gauge it, I think, if you looked at the the number of posts in 2007 versus 2009. It's like one Good Atheist podcast every 3 weeks.
It was pretty lackluster. You know, we celebrated just today the 1,000th post that went up, and it started to go up a lot faster than it used to, especially in 2007 when you put up 10 a month. If you're lucky, 10 a month, and now you're just, I'm trying to basically put about 180 a month. that's the average I'm going for.
Yeah,
and so it's starting to climb pretty high up, and I am surprised by that number, but I want to see that number grow to be much larger, because now when you reach that first 1,000, you don't care about 2,000, man. You want 10,000. It's something about that other zero, man.
It's true.
Maybe that's the
We need
quest.
1 million viewers.
100
billion.
That's how many listeners I want. I want listeners all the way from Alpha Centauri to the Orion Belt. Everybody listening in.
I want more
aliens.
listeners than the population of Earth.
Exactly. Yeah. I study exobiology, and I want to really give those aliens what they want to listen to. Unfortunately, I'm not broadcasting this, so
no.
we're going to have to figure that technical limitation of it not being transmitted.
We'll use our mental energy. We'll use alien telekinesis, psychokinesis.
Talk about technology. Do you want to talk a little bit about the technology that the show, Paranormal State, that we're going to be talking about, uses? Have you noticed these ghost shows always pull these motherfucking devices like they're the goddamn Ghostbusters?
I love it.
Hey, what does your device do? Oh, it measures temperature. Oh, I see.
How is that calibrated? What's the ghost temperature?
They have temperatures. Oh, yeah, ghosts are cold. Why are ghosts cold? Why would they be cold? No explanation? Okay, well, I see.
I see. It's
But
because it's more convenient.
Great. You know, they have these fucking night vision goggles, all to look at nothing.
Yep, but it would, it almost makes it worth it to pretend to be a ghost hunter if you could get a grant to have that kind of shit. Like, I don't know if you can, but because that show that
if
students
you
of Penn State,
somebody needs to be fired from a fucking cannon, sir.
Yeah.
Grant for paranormal research. I mean, we did our paranormal research, okay? Nothing happened. People tried it. I mean, the CIA paid $15 million to see if they could develop some kind of mental psychic attacks. $15 million to find out that it was all bullshit. I'm like, we spend our money. Thank you.
That's awesome.
15 million. You know, maybe that doesn't sound like a lot to you nowadays, but that was 15 million back in the 1970s. What was 15 million buying you back then?
That's true.
God damn. Anyways,
Psychic soldiers.
for those of you that do not know what Paranormal State is, it's a show on A&E, and basically they run around searching for ghosts. So it's got this young guy who I guess loves ghost stories.
Well, wasn't he haunted as a child?
Yes, that's what he claims.
Yes.
Yeah, he was
so
haunted.
to solve the mysteries of his youth.
Ghosts!
I have an overactive
It's like, you know what?
imagination.
Did you go maybe to the psychiatrist?
I saw ghosts when I was a kid and overtired and had an active imagination. Yeah, I saw ghosts.
Well, what was it that you were saying? I was looking at the symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning, because here's the thing. Most of these fucking people, they'll always tell you, I had this strange experience in the house and I felt a presence and blah, 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 right? You always hear the same fucking stories. Right. But, I mean, old houses are old houses. Who knows what the hell their kind of crazy gases and shit like that build up? I mean, how many people die of radon poisoning every year? It's many tens of thousands of people that die from that shit.
Yeah.
So, invisible deadly gases are real. They're just not spirits, but they are deadly gases. But get this, I'm on the carbon monoxide poisoning symptoms. Okay, this is on Wikipedia. So let's take a look at what the symptoms are. Apart from the old headaches and nausea, you have delirium, hallucinations, confusions, convulsions, Parkinson's-like syndrome, depression, and more importantly, dementia and psychosis. These are the side effects of carbon monoxide poisoning. Now, is it possible that people who claim that there was some kind of presence were just high as shit?
It's possible, especially with the older houses.
Yeah, you know what? That's the benefit of the old house you didn't even know. Forget about this. You hearing noise and get all scared. That's because you're paranoid. Enjoy the ride, man. You got to get over that paranoia, and once you are, it's fucking all good. You just have to get over the paranoia. You'd know something a little bit about that, wouldn't you?
Let's not broadcast my drug experiences.
King of paranoia.
Yeah.
King of paranoia. Locked in my bathroom for 3 hours.
Was it 3 hours?
It was at least 3 hours.
I just remember it was the whole time.
Back and forth, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I get paranoid leave the bathroom. Anyway.
Fun times.
Moving on.
Fun times. Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs.
Drugs are bad, okay?
Well, we know we have a significant portion of our listeners that are young. So it's now time for one of those special messages where I tell you, hey, don't do drugs, kids. Well,
stay in school.
The only thing that I will say is if you're going to fucking do drugs, wait until you're at least 18, because you're not done growing. And if you're one of those stupid, dumbass kids who decides, hey, I can handle this now. No, you can't. No, you cannot. You cannot handle it now. You're a fucking child, man. You cannot handle it. I can't handle it, and I'm a grown man. So don't think that you're shit, and realize that any time you fucking do drugs, man, that is a special new relationship you just developed. So you better make sure you want to maintain that one, because if you don't want to, it'll kick you in the ass. All right, are you gonna be all right? Are you yawning?
It's this room.
You're yawning. Can't believe that you're yawning. You, Mr. No Record Show, yawns. I hate you so much.
Hey, I came up with unfathomable terror.
Congratulate!
I'm not
going to hear the end of this.
Nope. First the Cinnabons, now this book. I shared my locker with you in high school.
You have
That's right. I got so much.
You go through that list.
I have a list. I have a list of you.
Why do you think that I call you a girl? Because you, like a girl, remember every fucking detail.
Throw it back in your face.
That is your special skill.
That's
I'm
my
not saying it has
special
anything to do with your sexual orientation. It's just a weird coincidence, maybe.
Maybe.
Or it's a scientific theory.
It could be.
Theory with a little T.
The theory of what?
Theory with a little T. You never
okay,
heard that before? You say
like,
theory with a big T when it's a big science one. Theory with a little T when you're just one of those morons who's
yes.
like, "Durr, I got a theory.
I got myself a theorem.
I got myself a nice little guess." Okay, on Paranormal State, do you remember? Let's talk about the psychic on the show.
God.
Speaking
of sexuality,
psychic. That grosses me out. Do you remember year one? Do you remember watching that movie?
Yes.
Okay, there's a fat guy that's a eunuch in that movie.
Very hairy eunuch.
No. It
Not
wasn't
that
a hairy
guy?
eunuch. It was the guy who has his balls in a sack.
Oh yeah.
Well, he looks exactly like that gay psychic dude from Paranormal State, man. They're like
Shit,
twins,
you're right.
except for one of them's got glasses.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's the only thing that I keep thinking about every time I see that guy who looked pretty much
a
like a
fucking
pig. He looks
bullshit
like a
artist is
pig
what
that
he
has
is.
been sort of grown into a man. Like,
Yeah, and give it an earring.
a la Island of Dr. Moreau. I've manipulated you, man pig thingy.
Man.
He's pretty gross. But his shtick is he walks into a room and with the fucking creepy music blaring in the background, like,
Yeah.
he's like, someone's in this room and they're saying horrible things. What?
Says who? Says you?
Sound really genuine when you say it, so I'll believe you.
He sounds really scared. We must be all
And he's
in
like,
grave peril.
he's here. I'm so... They do this every show.
Yeah, right before a commercial break.
He's here.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's here? Who's here? The cold wind is here. The cold breeze.
The draft is here.
They're always like... every time they start the show, when they're doing their investigations, it's nighttime, and everybody starts complaining about it being cold.
Yeah.
Do you not realize it's nighttime?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what happens at night.
And wasn't the house by a river?
Yes.
Like, wouldn't there be a cold breeze?
There would be plenty of cold breezes. It's an old house.
Yeah.
All right. Why do people think that houses are these things that don't move and
fortresses
don't make
of-
noise and there's nothing creepy going
Creaky
on?
floor? What?
It's like there's all these noises. Oh, you don't think that it might be infested by gigantic rats?
Yeah.
That's what I would be
Or
more
just
afraid of.
Or an old house settling.
Yeah, they settle and move, and it's quite
Yeah.
creepy. Yeah.
Yeah.
We live, and nothing around you is dead. I mean, even the wood that you have, it's still kind of, it probably has bacteria and other shit living in it. I mean, you are surrounded by life. You just don't see it. It's just tiny, microscopic.
And gross.
It's very gross.
It's really gross. I'm never eating yogurt.
But yeah, the whole, the noises.
Yeah.
Noises creep me out.
In the woods.
In the woods? No one's going to get that reference. That's
No.
a Lost Skeleton of Cadaver. If you've never watched that movie, do your fucking self a
Yeah.
favor.
Watch
Get it now.
It's
Get it right
hilarious.
now. Even pause this show.
Yeah.
Find it. I don't care what you have to do or who you have to kill. Watch
find
this
it.
show.
Yeah.
Watch it immediately.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I love it.
It's a cult classic.
Yeah.
Cult classic. Have you seen the new one? The
The Lost
jungle
Skeleton
one?
Returns Again?
Yeah.
I haven't yet. 'cause
I haven't
it
either.
hasn't got a backer, so like it's not playing in theaters. I
It's
know.
like that Creation movie. It didn't get a
Yeah.
U.S. backer. Apparently, for those of you that don't know, basically there was a Charles Darwin kind of biopic slash. Well, I'm not saying
It's a
none of this-
Hollywood.
it's a Hollywood version.
Yeah.
Okay, this ain't fucking. It's not a Nova special. But
Yeah.
anyways, it's the story about him and his loss.
Right.
Him losing his faith and so on and so forth. Couldn't find a U.S. distributor. Finally finds one.
Yeah.
And it's like a no name. It's not even going to go to theaters, man. Forget about it. Straight to DVD. Congratulations, distributor.
It's just gonna make
Good
it
job.
easier to download.
Good point.
There
Good
you go.
point. I hear it's all right. I mean, I'm not going to judge. I hear the science is crap, but
Yeah.
I'm kind of looking forward to listening.
Well, it's worth a watch.
Okay, can we go back to talking about Paranormal State here?
Yeah.
Let's focus here.
You were controlling the conversation.
Don't call me controlling.
I'll hit you.
I'll hit you so hard, your head'll pop off. I'll hit you like I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. So yes, Paranormal State.
Are we done talking about Paranormal State? Because I want to talk about some of the other shows that we watched.
Oh yeah, no, go ahead. Paranormal State is ass. They got a flamboyant psychic who's full of shit, and
the team of
Yeah.
tweens.
the teen of the teen
the
of like fucking tweens.
Apart from the main host guy who's constantly yelling, "In the name of Jesus Christ, I command you
Yeah.
to get out of here." That's good science, pal.
Yeah, that'll.
You were a paranormal investigator of
The utmost.
Things you've already made up your mind about.
Yeah.
That is the definition of investigation. I've already made up my mind that ghosts are real and they don't like
And
Christianity.
Christian.
If there were ghosts, it'd probably be, native ghosts. Because
Maybe.
so many of them were killed.
They'd probably be the ones that would get their hate on for us pretty quick.
There's always some fucking person who died somewhere, and now we're all supposed to be freaked the fuck out.
Yeah.
Somebody died in here.
Someone probably died where we are.
There were probably lots of people that died lots of different fucking places.
Yeah.
We tend to have a tendency to do that, to die, and to die in locations.
We die in
We can't help
locations.
it. We do. We should all, before you die, you should all go to the sacred location, which is, a factory with a big giant smoke.
A hot
stacks.
dog factory. Before you die, go to
the
a
Soylent
hot
Green
dog-
Factory. That's
Soylent
the
Green
future.
Factory. There we go.
That's the
So anyways, the other shows.
The other shows. Okay, well, on that theme where everybody's always saying, oh, there was somebody who died here. Best example of really the kind of critical thinking that these kind of human apes really
Yeah.
put down. Let's look at this other video that was on scareforkids.com.
Yeah.
And the video was basically about a woman in who was running a stable.
Yeah, she's running a stable.
And at one point, she says that she saw an apparition. But, well, she was very specific about that apparition. It was
She was. She profiled that
it was a big
apparition.
giant black man. A big black man who was
Yes.
closing doors and
Yeah.
all kinds of
Slamming
things.
heavy doors.
Slamming them. And
They're
being
built for
generally
they're built for labor, you
being
know.
generally very scary.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this poor little white girl thought she saw a big scary black man.
It's hard to say
I don't
that
want
with
you
a
know what
straight
I don't
face.
want to be digging too far into her own psyche here,
Yeah.
lady. Maybe you want to deal with that issue. The whole if you have a secret fear that some
Yeah.
big black guy is going to rape you, I'm like, I think that's kind of racist.
A little
I'm
bit.
just gonna
Yeah.
put that out there.
A white guy is just as likely to rape you
He's probably a lot more likely, actually.
because you'll trust them.
I think statistically, actually, most rapists are, young and white males.
Oh.
Scary.
God. Ugh.
Like us. Well, I'm not young anymore. I'm gonna get old soon.
I'm young.
Yeah. You're
Oh.
older than me.
I'm young.
You're older than me, but
Hey,
like
I
kids.
can pass for young.
Oh, that's great.
I can.
You can pass for young because you're so emaciated. Look at you. Do you eat?
I eat.
The only times I've ever seen you eat, I had to fucking feed you.
I had pizza pops today.
Oh, that's great.
They're good. Enough sodium to put a horse in a car.
All right, let's go back to the Scary for Kids.
Scary for Kids.
Okay, so that's her first experience. So she's like,
Yeah.
oh, big scary black guy.
shutting heavy
doors. Second creepy moment where it was a friend of hers has some dogs and they decide, well, we're going to put them in the stable
for the night.
for the night.
Lock 'em in.
Lock them in. Come back the next day and one of the dogs had been whipped like crazy. There was blood everywhere and they had to take him to the vet.
Yeah.
Ooh, ghost!
Ghost attack.
Now, her whole explanation is like, how could someone have climbed over the fence with barbed wire on it to attack these dogs? I don't know, but that's the most likely explanation here.
I don't know how they could climb if they're on a farm. How would they ever get gloves that could protect their hands from climbing over
Or
barbed
ladders.
wire or ladders?
How do you even know it wasn't someone who worked there? Is there not
Yeah.
a possibility that someone who works
Some
there,
crazy fucker.
possibly a big giant black guy, likes maybe dog whipping? I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's the knee jerk goes. Anyway,
Well,
so
let's
yeah.
just say that if your investigative skills are, well, 30 to 35 years ago, some old person died in here.
Yeah.
Therefore, this is the spirit cause of these dogs' pain. I'm like, you got to fucking do a bit more of that CSI shit, bitch.
broaden your horizon a little bit.
Case is not closed. The case is not closed. It's not, oh, ghost did it. Ghost did it. No, human did it. Let's find that human who whipped that dog.
Who
That's a
whipped the
serious
fucking
story.
dog.
That should scare
Yeah.
kids. There's
Yeah.
some fucking scary big giant black dudes whipping kids.
Oh, it's gonna be taken out of context.
You think? Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Hey, I'm not the one who said it. She did.
Yep.
She's
Yep.
got the problem.
We're quote mining her racist ass.
All right, let's talk about the other video. Let's move on before anybody secretly discovers that I'm a racist. Okay, the next one was from a network called the
WeTV.com.
which is this
Women-
is great. You know,
yeah.
with the advent of the internet, anybody can start their own TV station, and basically bleeding vaginas who are very susceptible to nonsense have their own fucking TV station where they can learn about love and relationships,
and sex and dating
and
marriage.
Marriage,
Yep.
yeah.
From the female perspective.
And you can watch Ghost Whisperer and
Golden Girls
and Wedding Crash,
and Bridezillas,
and all the kind of stuff that really
hard-hitting scientific investigation.
it makes you into a smart,
Person.
educated, talented
person.
So the show, which was called Extreme Ghost Stories,
Which I think is just so awesome.
oh my god, how can you?
Extreme!
What is extreme about any of these?
I want to see them on surfboards drinking Mountain Dew. That's what I want to see.
This is the impression I got from it.
Yeah.
I thought there was going to be extreme, like the house is exploding. There was so much spirit energy. It might have been that or the gas.
Someone lit a match and the big black ghost destroyed the house.
It was very gassy. So, okay, what were some of the stories that she was talking about?
There was
this one.
Oh,
let's
God.
let's recall it. I have some notes on it.
Yeah, you took some notes.
Okay, basically, they were going on vacation to some cabin.
Oh, God,
this family
yeah.
and a family friend, and
Yeah.
they just kept on hearing noises, and they all slept in the same room, and they're all like,
quietly, like in this
we were
weird...
all freaked out. Really? You think a room filled with people where no one is talking and everyone is afraid, do you think that would freak you out?
Would that pass along? Like, would you... It's kind of infectious.
It is infectious. Fear is infectious, man.
Yeah.
If a person looks at you and they have a look of fear on their face, trust me when I say you will be chilled to the fucking bone.
Yeah.
So just because you're afraid doesn't mean that's a real thing. It's just happening all in your head.
Yep.
Nobody's having that conversation, though. This is what I love about these stories. It's not like they present the other side where these people could have just been really
they present
scared.
the other side.
I love the narration, too. The narration
Yeah.
is precious. Like, no one can deny that there are spirits. What? I'm sorry, what?
No, I think it's exact words where there are more dead people than living.
What is that? They're not... Once you're dead, you're not a person anymore, okay?
It's like, there are a lot of cadavers. What does that mean?
There's a lot of meat fibers and bone around.
We're walking on morgues.
They're just dead. They're not dead people.
Yeah.
They're just dead.
Dead tissue. That's it.
They're dead lots of things, you know?
There's
Probably
a
some of
lot
it's still alive.
Dead
but
leaves.
a lot of dead bone. Anyways, just a pile of dead.
A pile of dead. That's gonna go on a T-shirt.
No.
No,
I'm not making that T-shirt.
why not?
It's morbid.
So
Pile of dead.
when I die, I turn into a pile of dead.
All right. Well, you do the T-shirt. I don't
All
want
right,
to...
I'll open a cafe press store. Come on, yeah.
If you can sell them, you can sell them. I'll point everybody to your thing. I love also in this video that they were comparing the house. They were like, this house was scarier than the Amityville Horror.
Yeah.
Like the movie or the real house?
Yeah,
Because you do realize they're different things.
yeah.
The real house, that didn't happen? Okay, that's just what the people in the house say happened.
Yeah. But they had an exorcist and everything.
Oh, yeah. Well, I bet he did a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know, walking in there. Because they had an exorcist on
Yep, he put up these
on that show.
popsicle stick crucifixes.
What is that going to do?
I don't know.
Honestly.
Well,
What the fuck does this moron think it's going to do?
It didn't do anything because clearly the demon was upset and knocked them over. These popsicle sticks he left resting by the window was knocked
There were
over.
sacred popsicle sticks with holy glue holding them together.
With holy glue.
I had an idea. I want to become a paranormal real estate agent.
Paranormal
Because
real
everybody's
estate.
always leaving these houses, and they're like, oh, we can never go back. We're so afraid of our house. How much you want to sell it for? $5,000?
I'll give you $5,000 and I'll take the ghosts off your hands.
I'll take them right off your hands. All I got to do is fix these pipes that keep making noises.
These
and
rattling
these really
pipes.
creaky boards.
Yep.
And
Yep.
after that, no one's going to complain about ghosts and spirits. Oh, no, I heard rattling in this old house. Ah. Yep, so I think it would be very lucrative. Although, here's a question. Would they think... Would they consider you a fraud if you did that? Because here's the thing. We all admit that ghosts don't exist, except for when everybody's talking about how ghosts exist. But the law is very clear that if you pretend that there are ghosts around and you try to exploit people for that, you will be going to jail. Can we all then agree that it's all some fucking bullshit right here?
Well, hold on though. It's not like it's not like you'd have some kind of weird Scooby-Doo operation where you're spooking the tenants to get their house. It's like if they believe the house is haunted and you just say, "Look, if you think the house is haunted and you want to get out of here, I'll buy your house for this amount."
Don't you think it would be a little bit curious, though, if you were always picking up houses that are seemingly haunted? People are going to be like, maybe you are causing the hauntings. Because I got to figure...
Then pay me money to leave, and your ghosts won't be haunting your house.
Do you not think that there's one or two real estate agents that have thought of that as an idea?
Yeah.
Huh? Fucking haunted house, drive the property down, sit on that fucking thing for a little while. Everybody forgets. Bam. Economy collapses. And that's how it goes. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk Ted Haggard, because I was almost going to move on and finish the show, and I was going to have broken my promise or something, or at least edited it out if I had forgotten it.
We still have to
How many times that's happened? I'm not going to tell you.
I'm still waiting for Buddhism here.
I'm still waiting for Buddhism.
I'm
yeah,
still
that's
waiting
right,
for my Buddhism.
He's not just a host; he's also a fan of the show. So
it's true.
He comes over and he's like, "How come you didn't do that show? You promised, Jacob.
You promised, Jacob. You're not reading that book fast enough, Jacob."
Can't always do the shows we want to do one weekend previous. Lots of things happen in the atheist world. I gotta stick to what I feel passionate about. Otherwise, you're gonna hear this kind of show. Welcome to the show. Today we're gonna talk about boring.
Dr. Lori is dumb.
She upset me very much. I
I
don't even know who I'm imitating. Boring other podcasts.
Boring other podcasts.
Yeah, they're out there.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you showed me a documentary.
The Trials of Ted Haggard.
And I'm going to also put a link to that video, or at least a link to your site, because that's where it's on.
Yeah.
That'll be the... Yeah, we'll make them work for it.
They'll click
Go to
on,
Jeff's site.
Go to
if you
my
wanna know
site. Suffer
Yeah.
through the blue and pink.
It's a lot of
It's a
pink,
fucking
people.
Barbie house, that place.
Jesus, man.
I love it. It's cute. What are you talking about?
Okay, fine.
It's a gay comic.
This is
it's
where
gonna have
you and
pink
I
in
will
agree to disagree.
just disagree.
Just disagree.
Who agreed on this disagreement bullshit? I don't agree. I'm gonna try to change your mind about this pink nonsense.
All right.
But you know, that's our own.
That's for another show. We
another show.
we don't broadcast our shit on the air.
So, anyways,
Band's not breaking up, kids.
Let's focus here.
All right, Ted Haggard.
Ted Haggard. So Ted Haggard had a hard time. Ted Haggard's had... You know what? I was not fair to Ted Haggard.
Yeah.
I admit that. I was watching this, and you know what? I feel fucking sorry for the guy. I used to just think that he was a hypocrite bastard. But really, no. I mean, here's a guy who just... He looks like he really believes, you know? He believes in God, and he believes that homosexuality is a sin, and he's quite clearly a big J. Gay wad.
Yeah.
He's so gay. He's really, really quite gay. Yeah. And I'm sure he loves it. I mean, the guy that he fucked, did you see him? He was massive.
He was like this crazy bodybuilder, but he had this tiny voice. I guess Mike Tyson has that too.
Yeah. Was he a bottom or was he a top?
Who?
The big giant muscly guy.
I don't know.
I'm just kind of curious.
I didn't watch their video.
Because I think it would be hilarious him as a bottom with Ted Haggard as a top.
That would be pretty fucking hilarious. I think that would be awesome.
It's just like, there are some couples, look, it's like watching a really fat guy fuck this really...
skinny girl, or vice versa.
Right, or vice versa. It just looks weird. So this would probably look very weird. Because Ted Haggard's a skinny motherfucker. Yeah. He's tall, skinny, and very
lanky
goofy.
Yeah, he's got like too many teeth.
He has a lot of teeth.
Yeah.
And what was interesting about this documentary, and you guys should watch it, is just how much he really did get fucked over by this church. They kicked him out of the state.
Yeah,
man.
And they kicked him out of the house that he built that establishment up.
He
built that church up on
prayers of God.
Something. Yeah. Well, whatever. We wasted a good song on the intro.
I'm gonna have to edit that out. It was terrible.
Yeah, terrible.
So yeah, he builds this church, makes it a fucking the entity that it is now. And he has a little bit of gay sex with him, Craig.
Yeah, I think it was meth, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, meth. Oh, man. He was partying and playing. Is that what he was doing? Damn.
I don't remember. Anyways, there was drugs involved, and he had drugs and gay sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much of it? Was it a lot of gay sex? Did he do this a lot, or was this a one-time thing?
I think there was a couple instances of it, but it wasn't like he was, it wasn't like his second, it wasn't like he was having an affair kind of thing, like... He would go see this guy from time to time, but it wouldn't be like
How was that not an affair?
No, but it wasn't like he was dating the guy kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like,
it
wasn't like every other.
It was a booty call.
From what I understand. Well, the guy was a male prostitute.
Oh, he paid for it too.
Probably.
Damn.
Oh.
And that prostitute guy wrote a book, and he's in a book tour. I'm like, what are you gonna write about?
He's writing about the injustices of how Ted Haggard treated the gay community, and I'm thinking. dude, if anyone would understand how hard it is for someone to come out of the closet, you'd think it'd be another gay man. But no.
Not one that basically fucks for money. I'll admit that they may not be the most sensitive group out there. The men who fuck for money.
Men who fuck for money, yeah.
I feel bad. I feel bad for Ted because what's he supposed to do? Really, what is Ted Haggard supposed to do? His religion and his sexuality conflict.
Yeah. And he's not willing to make a concession on the
faith
religion.
Wins. Faith wins.
I mean, you listen to this guy talk, and he's like, "Man, I can't believe I failed my church. Like, I tried so hard.
I failed my friends.
I failed my friends." And I'm like, "No, your friends are assholes.
Yeah, your friends.
Your friends are fucking assholes. Good riddance. Like, get some other friends. You'll find friends."
Yeah, but
that
people don't really
support
realize
you.
this is like, even the nicest people can be pieces of shit, and it's just
true.
when they believe in something that is just so disastrously, horribly corrupt and wrong.
Yeah.
You know, bigotry and racism are examples of that. Like, these are things that prevent us from being good people. Like, when you are a racist or a bigot, that is, you are not being a good person towards at least somebody. Maybe not in general. Maybe a person could turn around and say, well, he's just such a good person. Well, not the best person. No. You know, he could have been a lot better.
He secretly loathes some
minorities, and it's like, what's up with that? You know, why does he got to do that?
Yeah.
That's not cool. And you know what? I understand to some degree. I think there is. I don't know if it's a natural compulsion because it might just be something that's bred into us, or maybe it's something that we do kind of develop on our own. Maybe a mistrust of people that don't look like us. Maybe that's just kind of a natural thing. But that's just a really basic level. You know, that's like an instinct. That's an instinct that we shouldn't follow. It's not a good instinct. You know, not all of your instincts are right.
This is true.
And just because somebody's a different color doesn't mean shit. In fact, it means good things. If somebody's a different color or a different ethnicity than you, you're probably genetically a far better match than people that look a lot like you. People that look a lot like you, who knows? They may be related to you. That fucking shit happens. Yeah. It can happen, and it's probably best that most people don't even know.
Yeah.
Cousin you accidentally fucked, or the other, the long lost sister you finger banged. These are not things you want to think about.
But yet I somehow am. Thank you.
Well, you know, it's older than time itself. It's the story of Oedipus, man. You never heard about that?
Oedipus? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he unknowingly fucked his own mom.
His mom, and then he gouged out his eyes, and he killed his father.
Gouged out the eyes of his... he kills his father.
Blinded himself. He
did.
blinded himself, and he killed his father.
Well, I guess you got to seek absolution after you bang your mom.
Yeah.
You know, because that's just some messed up shit.
Yeah. I don't know.
Speaking of messed up shit, let's go back to Ted Haggard. Let's talk
that
about
is pretty messed up.
There was one thing I wanted to just suggest to you guys out there, because I know that there's a lot of bad blood, especially in the atheist community, about Ted Haggard.
Yeah.
Watch the fucking documentary. It's going to change your mind. You know, like, I actually think, let's lay off this motherfucker. You know, he's not Ken Hovind here.
Yeah.
He's not Ken Ham. He's not the bad guy anymore. All right, he just wants to live a normal life. Leave him alone, everybody. Leave
Haggard alone.
You know what? He's going to suffer enough. You think that he's going to have a happy life, conflicted between his faith and homosexuality? He's fucked. All right.
Yeah.
He's going to be fucked in the head forever, and probably regret having. You know, maybe in his 80s he's going to sort of loosen up.
Maybe.
Something will happen.
Yeah.
But right now, I think we should just fucking leave him alone.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to call that a show?
I can call that a show. Let's call it a show.
All right. With that, we're going to catch everybody for the bonus podcast. That's going to be, well, I'm not quite sure when. I still have to figure out my guest shows and substitutes. I might actually just do a show by myself as a bonus one.
Well, I always have the weekends off, and I can try to do some things on the mornings, so I might be able to help you with the bonus show on Tuesday.
We'll give it a shot. Anyways, worst case scenario, it might be 1 week without it. But you know what? If you guys don't have enough shows and you're not yet a paying member, think about it. We love doing this show, and that's what we need. We need patrons. That's the sell. That's the soft sell now.
That's the soft sell.
That's the soft sell.
All right.
All right. With that, my name is Jacob Forte.
And I'm Jeffrey Jones.
Have a good atheist day, everybody.
Cheers.